Hello, everyone. It's Creepy and Tina.
Hi.
Welcome to the channel. Hope everybody's having just a wonderful day and that you are in the best of health.
Yes, with health being most important as always. So we got a new president and vice president.
Yay, brand new.
Yep. The inaugural celebration was yesterday and today. 2 days full. And they are in office. They are ready to start. And we're going to tell you about some of the things that are going to be upcoming because I'm pretty excited they're going to happen here in Santiago.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And why is that? That is because they say that Luis, I always mess up his last name, Abinader, his wife and him live in Santo Domingo, obviously, because he did a lot of business in the Senate. But his parents, and he has family members, his father and his father's family, they say, lives in Santiago, or lived, not lives, because they live in Santo Domingo now, but they lived in Santiago. So even though the father wasn't born in Santiago, they said they consider him a official Santiagan.
Okay.
And then the vice president, who is Raquel Peña, she is from Santiago. So they both have their hearts here, and they know where the economy needs to go. So with that, let's roll off into one of the biggest plans that they have, and that is the construction of the Amber Highway. They're calling it the Amber Highway. It's going to connect Puerto Plata to Santiago in, they said, no less than 25-minute drive. Right now it takes, like an hour and a half?
Shoot, it takes almost 2 hours and some change. It all depends which way
like
you go.
Up a mountain and down, right?
You can go up a mountain or you can just go straight. The shortcut is where we went with Wayne for your birthday.
Yeah.
And Playa Alicia, we went to took the mountain pass. I hate going that way, but if you stay on the freeway, it's going to take you. Yeah, it's dangerous even when it's not raining, because even at night people be holding stuff across the road. It's just, to me, it just makes me feel uncomfortable going through, even though you'll save some time going through the mountains.
So now they will have the highway that you can just jump right on in Santiago and jump right off at Puerto Plata. So they're doing that. That's the first big thing, and they're doing it for a few reasons, but one of the reasons being so that inhabitants of Santiago will have the availability to visit beaches easier, and that people from Puerto Plata will be able to come to Santiago for urban commerce. And basically, as we all know, we all need help boosting up the economy.
Absolutely.
So they're saying that if we get more people from Santiago, because they know people in Santiago, they got that dough. I'm just saying, there's like a lot of mansions up here. But
you better believe it.
if they get them out there, then they'll be able to go over there to the beach area and the businesses over in the beach area, and then they'll be able to boost the economy.
Absolutely.
So there you go. And then they're saying also that the Puerto Plata going to Santiago will help urban commerce, especially the big stores that people already come up here, which you've said in your videos,
right.
IKEA, PriceSmart, and shopping in the Santiago Center, which is another big project that Santiago, this state, has already been working on. It's a big commerce project. It's going to have stores, it's going to have shopping, and it's going to have, because I say stores because grocery stores, it's got 2 huge anchor grocery stores there, a brand new Bravo that will be opening and a brand new Supermercado Nacional that opened last week. And they will anchor all of this retail. So all these expensive, beautiful, I mean, I've seen some of the plans for some of those buildings on that website, and that guy I follow on Instagram, Vertical Santiago RD. Some just amazing projects that they're building up there for living. So they're building, like, some moderately priced, but I have to say the majority of those apartments that are going up there, they're 100,000 on up.
Right.
Then they've got some $1 million homes they're going to do in a little raised section near Santiago Center. So they want to push people here for the business for that. Also, the Puerto De Manzanillo. So Manzanillo is a town. It is in, the northwest corner.
Yeah, the northwest, towards going to Haiti.
Yes, it borders it. So it's actually Pepillo Sacido, which is Monte Cristi. That's already, they had a port. So they said that the port there was already there. And actually, I looked that port up. I want to find the fun fact out. Okay, it was built in the 1950s.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was built by a Dominican fruit company called La Granada. They were a North American or North Coast-based company who had a banana plantation in Manzanillo. So that place in the 40s and 50s, I guess, was really like taking off because it was exporting bananas and other fruits to Europe and to America.
Wow.
So that company built that port, so it was very small. Well, now that they went bankrupt, and then in the 60s, I think it was, they said it was the fall of Trujillo, so I'm thinking they were saying like 61 or something like that. The company went bankrupt, and the country bought the land.
Wow.
And they bought the port. So now the port has just been sitting there, and the new president, which I said in another video, he has a background in bringing commerce and tourism into the DR. That's what he's passionate about. He's always worked in that field. He's saying, hey, let's use that because we can get, it's right on the primary trade route. They're saying up there in that north coast, because Monte Cristi is here. So some of you guys, so if I'm saying Monte Cristi is here, like literally all the way over here is Puerto Plata, and then down here is Santiago, because I looked it up in the map and it was like an almost 2-hour drive from Santiago to that Monte Cristi.
Right, at least 2 hours, at least.
Right, but they're saying that right over there in that ocean area is a primary trade route.
Wow.
For Europe, for China, and for the U.S.
Wow.
So they want to build that port so that they can give a bigger jump start to the exporting of goods in the DR. Because then the economy, it needs the boost. And like I said, if you watch that video that we did on primary sources of income for the DR, we discussed some of the things that are exported out of here. And it is a very large part of how we make the economy here.
Right.
Way bigger than tourism. Everybody thinks that, like I said in the video, a lot of people think that DR is based on tourism money. It is, but it's a small percentage. It's actually like maybe 10, 12%. That's it, if that. The rest is all export, what we export out. If you look, I challenge you, next time you're buying some vegetables, some fruits, look at the sticker from where it's from. Like when we were in Vegas, remember?
Right.
I saw the avocados.
Yep.
And it said made in
Dominican Republic. Sure enough.
And they were small, and I was like, they got them before they were too ripe, and they, sent them. So yeah. So that's the second project. Now that project then is going to also lead to them needing hub offices. So the port's hub offices are all going to be based here in Santiago. They got the contract for the land for that.
Wow.
So they're going to call that, I want to look at the name, Cibao Trade Center. And that place is going to be put right in the heart near the Santiago Center that they're building, the Santiago City Center. And that means it's going to be more higher-end jobs in Santiago. That means there's going to be more construction jobs and service industry jobs, because where you have more people coming to work, you have the need of restaurants, grocery stores, and everything for those people coming.
Right.
So I was saying to you, I was like, why are they putting up all these apartments, remember? I said, I don't get it. Now I see the big picture.
Right.
The big picture is that they're bringing all these apartments and these huge repetition of grocery stores, but they're putting them near where that hub is going to be. Because when people come here for those jobs, they're going to want to live by where they work. They could literally walk to where they work, walk to the grocery store, walk to the shopping, and go back home. They are going to make a killing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big thing for Santiago.
Yes.
Yeah, big thing.
Huge.
Wow.
Huge. And now they also want to push and all this, and then tell them, hey, and if you live in Santiago, you can still get up to the north coast of Puerto Plata to the beaches in 25 minutes or less.
Right.
So they want to make it more attractive for people to come and live in Santiago, get that big urban city feel, get your employment here, your job here, and then you can still travel 25 minutes if you want to spend a weekend on your days off to go to the beach. Because let's face it, honestly, when you look at, like when we brought our son, we took him to Santo Domingo and then he came to Santiago. He didn't get to go to the North Coast, but people that we've taken to the North Coast and that has seen here has even said Santiago is just prettier and cleaner and nicer.
Right.
The commerce is better here. And it's no mistake that's why we live here. So they want to make Santiago more attractive.
It's more business-like here, I would say, because you see a lot of people going to work, carrying briefcases, dressed nice. So I've been seeing that ever since. Ever since I've been here. But one question I want to ask you, Tina, is whatever happened to the plans for the Agora Mall in Santiago? Have you heard anything about that?
I have not heard anything about that. I only had subscribers. You guys have reached out to us and told us that they were building, that Agora was looking to have a second location and that would be in Santiago. But honestly, now I see why.
Okay.
Because if they're pushing everyone to relocate and live in Santiago, you know, which always Santiago has been a beautiful place that people have always wanted to work, but there wasn't the jobs. But now with the availability of this hub of homes and of offices for work, for all the buildings that they're going to build to bring the people here to live, and for the accessibility of the highway to Puerto Plata, who wouldn't want to live in Santiago is my question. Because you don't live with the hustle and dirtiness of the North Coast.
Right.
You have the urban city, so you have luxury, gorgeous, beautiful apartments, and they have their jobs here. So, I mean, and the cost is low here.
Well, I just hope everything that's happening don't up the cost. Because usually, people start coming.
We'll see, but we're on the tail end. So, I mean, like, we're just in the beginnings. So that's why I said to everybody who's looking now, these are things you got to look at. That's why I keep saying, read the newspaper, see what's happening, get informed, because you could end up living in Puerto Plata and then it not be all you thought it was cracked up to be because of where you chose to live, like Sosúa. And you should have kind of probably moved towards Puerto Plata because, it was a little bit more clean and nice and less hustly.
But that'll be a plus for everybody living in the north. And for us to get back and forth to the beach, and those that rather shop at IKEA, your ride won't be as long. Who knows? You might be able to Uber, jump in an Uber. Maybe the Uber guy can take you, back and forth to the beach. So we just got to see what happens and how everything really unfolds. Yes,
and then I said, I was thinking to myself, I was like, so is this really going to help the economy? I hope so. It sounds great.
It sounds wonderful.
But how many people come into office with great plans and poor execution? So let's hope that the president and the vice president and everyone that they've now appointed into the ministry, which, by the way, this is the first female in that high of an office, and the president gets to appoint all of his ministers, Minister of Trade, Minister of Health, all that. And he has appointed 4 women in very high positions, which is, they said, unheard of, that so many women at once would be taking the helm. So let's hope the women do the right thing, and that they were looking to this president to be the savior and to come and change the bureaucracy that they felt was happening for 8 years with the old president. So we'll see, because if he gets these projects going, that is amazing. And I'm gonna tell you this, Santiago will remain number 1, just saying.
Absolutely. That's good news. But this is really a completely different regime that have taken over the helm. And, I take my hat off to him. Hope he does a good job. And it's a good thing to know that the assistant president actually lives here in Santiago, and that, she knows.
The vice president, you mean?
Oh, vice president,
She was from here.
Oh, she
was from here. She doesn't live here anymore, but she was here. She's, they consider you from somewhere if you were born there and raised there. Where you could live in Santo Domingo for 20 years, they will not consider you from Santo Domingo if you were born and raised in Santiago. That's how it is out here. Where you were born is where you're from. Where you're raised is where you're from. They don't consider, I got married or I went to college and then moved, and then I moved and lived in Santo Domingo. They're like, you ain't from Santo Domingo. You're from Santiago.
Okay, so born in Brooklyn but raised in Santiago. How does that sound? For anybody, for the average Joe Blow.
Well,
born and raised
are you talking
in Jamaica.
About Dominican?
Yeah, Dominican blood. I'm talking about really Dominican blood.
A Dominican person born in New York but raised in Santiago.
Came here when they were 3 years old.
Oh, they're from Santiago because it's where your parents are from.
Okay, all right.
Like I always say, I'm from Ponce. Well, I wasn't born in Ponce. I was born in Gary, Indiana. But my father's family which was where the majority of my family was in Ponce. So when they say, "Where are you from?" I always say Ponce, because it's where your parents were from and where they raised you and stuff, you know.
And that's how some Dominicans are. They'll swear up and down no matter what. If their parents was born here, they Dominican. We see a lot of them reach out to us.
They are Dominican.
Yeah, they are. That's what I'm saying. They are Dominican.
You're not talking about race. You're talking about where they say they're from.
Yeah, but either way, I mean, if your parents are born here, then you are a part of the motherland.
But most importantly is that we're going to get commerce going. We're going to go back to exporting, let's hope, a ton out of this North Coast and the other port that they have, and that it'll really stimulate back the economy.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up, because I had no idea about the port that sat there like that for this many years.
Yeah.
I mean, just sitting there, and it could have been utilizing it. So I don't know.
Yeah, and you know what they said? There was one thing that I remembered I wrote down about that. So its previous operations was at the exportation of domestic products, such as animals, fruit, and food to Europe, as well as they did some general cargo and, the container cargo, the big cargos, like they brought our stuff over and they did it. And I mean, that port's still active. It's just so small that it could be doing more, and that's what the president sees in it. He's like, you could be doing so much more, so let's do some more. Because he has 3 points of attack that he wants to do. He said within the next year or year or two, those are the 2 top ones, and then Pedernales. Correct me if I'm wrong, probably saying that wrong, but that city he wants to put an airport and a little mini highway to get from the airport to boost tourism over there too, because there's some hotels going up over there.
Wow, that's going to be a game changer right there, a game changer. You know, I always thought also that there was just one port up north for cruise ships.
For cruise ships, I don't know.
Because you might have that happen.
The majority of them come there, but we're not talking cruise ships going to the north. That's a trade coast. That coast is going to be for exports.
Got you.
Yeah, it's not going to be cruise ships. It's going to be for exports because it's all about the economy. It's all about making that money.
Okay, so still Punta Cana, places like that, cruise ships.
For fun, yeah.
Yeah, for fun. Okay, cool. I mean, that would really help the economy up north. 'Cause I know some business owners would love to they would love to see that happen.
But that's northwest. So that's going to be mostly Dominicans. You will very rarely find an expat all the way up there in Montecristi. you just won't, because it borders Haiti. They don't go there. There's not YouTubers hyping up Montecristi. They're hyping up freaking Puerto Plata and or Samana or, Punta Cana. That's not to lay around and have fun. But it's nice to lay around and have fun. But remember, you need the economy to go well also. Because if this country goes into, debt and disarray, you can't live here comfortably and nice. Because if it's theft and everything, so much shit happens.
It's going to be chaos.
Yeah, exactly. When things go bad. Chaos. So I love that the peso has gone up and up and up. It's good for us, but you don't want to go it so high up that they can't even afford, and then you will see the prices raised because the grocery stores have to stay. Even with what the peso is. So even though you save a little bit, you're not going to save a lot because if the peso climbs to 65 pesos for $1 and they're buying American Oreos, well, your American Oreos are going to cost like $4 or $5.
Yeah, that's true.
It needs to stabilize. So we want the economy to do well. You want the people here to do well and not to, I hate to say it, suffer like they are in America. Jobless, Absolutely. And this is going to bring a lot of jobs,
right?
And it's going to bring a lot of hope and hopefully money to the country,
right? And this would be a game changer if they actually follow through and do like they said.
Sounds like we'll see.
Because I like to say Hilton here in Santiago.
A Hilton?
Yeah, a Hilton or just some nice hotels, the big big huge resort type hotels.
Well, maybe when the people start coming and But it seems like all the big hoteliers is what they call them, are going towards, Pedernales and Punta Cana and La Romana. That's usually where they go.
Wow.
I heard about some hotel chain, but it's not a very nice one. That's supposed to be going to the North Coast, but they're going to put one hotel to see if it
See if it works out.
Yeah. It's because it's so poor up there. It's like people have gotten so used, and here I go on one of my rants, but I'll make this quick. In the north, there's so many cheapy, like little hotels that all these Europeans own that look almost like motel kind of.
Holiday Inn.
They look like motels, like hostels. There you go. It's hostel.
Yeah.
So if you've ever seen what a hostel's like, that's what a lot of those places that the Europeans own in the north is like. They're dingy. They're not well maintained. You know, yeah, they only cost you 10, 12, maybe $20 a night, but you're staying in a hellhole. Like,
and you're staying off the main road too, staying off the main drag, because they usually be back in the bayou, back on the sticks and everything.
Well, no, some of them are there by the beach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like that Hotel Europa is like you could walk down the thing and you're at the beach. But all the beachfront property is being bought up because remember by Playa Alicia, they were putting in timeshares and in hotels, and in apartments because they're selling to the expats who want to buy that kind of thing that are coming from Europe and Italy and all that and want to live by the beach. So of course they're going to give them prime real estate, meaning closest to the beach is always going to be your prime real estate. Which I had a friend, one of my friends, ask a very good question. So we'll add that into this video now that we're on the topic. She said, if you could live in Punta Cana or in Santiago, where would you live and why? And I said, well, Santiago, obviously, because I said, beach life's nice, but it gets old. And why would I pay double almost what I'm paying to live here, to look at a beach? Like, it's not worth it to me.
Right.
But that's me. So some people pay that.
Yeah, absolutely. They do. They pay it.
So, yeah. But, yeah, that's it. So that's the 2 new projects that are coming. We're hoping that they are going to do great for the country. We are excited about the highway because that's awesome anytime they actually put a real road in. You guys that have been here, you know that how the roads are in the DR.
Tell me about it.
In the north, they're atrocious, but not so bad in Santiago in some parts, but still bad in some parts. So thank God they're putting in that highway. Thank you, God.
Well, I tell you what, our first trip here, I wish they had that highway in place.
Sorry.
Then we got stuck on that mountain.
We did.
So we just wanted to kind of update you guys so you guys know what's going on. We congratulate all of our new leaders and we pray for them and we hope that they follow through on what they say because it'll be good for the country. Good business always is a good thing.
Yes.
So in the meantime, between the time, always remember, life to be enjoyed. Don't forget,
hit that subscription, please. It's the easiest and quickest way to patron the channel. Just hit subscribe, watch the video, be informed. Make sure to hit notifications if you'd like to know when new videos are out and so you'd be the first to watch them. And always hit the like button at the bottom, little thumbs up. Hit us with any comments. We have information underneath all of our videos on how to reach out to us. And we will see you
on the next video. Peace.